The idea of an anniversary animal for Planet Zoo is something I've always loved the idea of. Unlike Minecraft, where we have to vote on like 1 out of 3 awesome mobs, Planet Zoo just gives us one animal that we don't need to kill each other for. However, this animal is always something that really isn't too big of an ask from Planet Zoo. It really isn't anything too groundbreaking. It's nothing really that changes the game. It's just something that complements it very well and makes an incredible addition to the base game roster. In 2021, we received the black and white ruffed lemur, which is an incredible animal which really helped to round out Madagascar sections in all of our zoos. Having that little splash of black and white right next to the red ruffed lemur is a really great thing to have, especially when you guys make these beautiful Madagascar houses. It's great. In 2022, we got the next anniversary animal, which was the red deer. This one kind of surprised a lot of us, but it's a really welcome animal. I'm sure you guys already know that the European roster for Planet Zoo, even without the European DLC or any other DLC for that matter, is severely lacking. And the red deer being base game, being based off of the fallow deer rig, it's an incredible thing for any player to have because they can make these really awesome European animal parks, deer parks I think they call them. Even beyond that, red deers are found pretty much all over the world. There's the barberry stag, which can be found in kind of like North Africa, which is a subspecies of this animal. There's even Eurasian and Asian populations as well, stretching all the way to, I believe, like China, which I think is really awesome and really helps to expand all of our rosters. But as we draw closer to that anniversary date for Planet Zoo, I think we're all kind of wondering what this next anniversary animal is going to be. Now, of course, we are not essentially guaranteed an anniversary animal. I'm kind of just doing this based off of speculation. So if we don't get one, please don't get the pitchforks at me. I am deathly afraid of them. But today we're going to be talking about my top 5 picks for a potential anniversary animal for 2023. Welcome everyone, my name is Leaf, so glad you guys are able to join me, so let's get started. Number 1 on the list, going back to the idea that this would help us stretch out the base game roster, I'm going to say the BLACKBUCK. The BLACKBUCK is a beautiful antelope found in India and kind of like surrounding areas. They're found in tropical temperate forests as well as open savannas, and they're an incredible animal. The benefit of the BLACKBUCK is that it would help to increase the base game roster for Indian animals, which currently is kind of lacking. Well, not really, we actually have a lot of Indian animals. I mean, we have the Asian small-clawed otter, Indian elephant, we have the gharial, we have Indian peafowl, but hear me out guys, I really do think we need some hoof stock. Now, BLACKBUCKs are very, very cool. They're probably one of the most notable Asian hoofstock animals out there because of everything that they have going on. They have sexual dimorphism, which means that the males and females look different from each other. The males have this beautiful black coat, which is really, really awesome with white stripes running through it. Really unique looking animal right there. And the females, well, they look kind of basic, but they're still really, really beautiful nonetheless. And their babies are cute too. The males also have these really unique spiral horns, which I think are fantastic and would be a great addition to Planet Zoo. Seeing how awesome the latest hoofstock have been for Planet Zoo with like the Arid pack and the Grasslands pack and all these other packs, I really think that they would nail the BLACKBUCK, and I think it would be a stellar anniversary animal because not only would it be a great addition, it would also be easy for Frontier to make. Currently, the existing rigs for whatever gazelle they want, whether it's the Dama gazelle, whether it's the Thompsons, would make a very suitable rig for these animals, and I think we are just chomping at the bit to get some more unique Asian wildlife in here, even though we got like 50 packs already based around Asia. So what do you guys think? Would the BLACKBUCK be good? If not the BLACKBUCK, how about the Sumatran orangutan? Now listen, we have the Bornean orangutan in Planet Zoo, and normally I would not be up to speed with this idea, but we got something interesting in the last update. In update 1.15, we actually got the ability for having our orangutans brachiate, and I just think that this is ripe for the picking if we get a Sumatran orangutan in Planet Zoo. Now, obviously, the base game orangutan, as it stands in Planet Zoo, is not the best. It kind of just looks like a Cheeto gorilla. But because of that, I think that Frontier could lend themselves extremely well by giving us the other subspecies. I'm not talking about the Tapanuli, please. Don't even mention that one. But I'm talking about the Sumatran orangutan, one that is very common in zoos and one that is extremely important for conservation. Essentially, what I would imagine from this animal would be a complete remaster from the base game orangutan by giving it the droopy fur that these guys are known to have, and pretty much more detail all around. I think that would be a really awesome animal. I really wouldn't complain too much because it's something that I wouldn't want to pay for, but something that I would be gladly taking for free, you know? If I had to pay for the red deer, I think that would be a bit silly. If I had to pay for the red, black and white rough lemur, that would be even more silly. And if I had to pay for another orangutan, I might go jump off a cliff. So I think having this as an anniversary animal might be a good idea. Now we've covered Asia, but let's backtrack over to Africa. I know people are pretty fatigued with African animals so far, but how can we just deny the fact that the continent with like the most amount of biodiversity needs more animals? I'm like, how could I fight that? Number 3 on my list is going to be the Maasai giraffe. The Maasai giraffe is beautiful. They have a much more ornate pattern than our typical reticulated giraffes, and even beyond that, the reticulated giraffe in Planet Zoo really isn't the best. I mean, I already know that our giraffe friend Caesars would be, like, flip out over a new giraffe in the game, especially the Maasai giraffe. I really do like these guys a lot more. Not only does my local zoo have them, but they are just a very beautiful species. Looking at whatever footage or photos I have up here, you can see why I'm just enthralled with these guys. Instead of just having these clean patterns, they really do look like they're cracked mud of, like, you know, the dry Serengeti right on their body. I don't know where these guys live. All I know is that they're awesome. But regardless, I would flip out for a new giraffe. I think it would be a really great thing to have. So what do you guys think? Would you guys like another giraffe? But anyways, let's go north for number 4. This one is sure to get all the Europeans happy. Have you all ever heard of a WISENT? Well, I really didn't until recently, but these guys are so cool. So the WISENT are essentially just the European form of bison. They're called the European bison, but they're just a really awesome species. They originally were extinct in the wild, pretty much all the way to extinction. But in the 20th century, zoos and, like, various conservation efforts have really helped to boost this population back up. And essentially, these guys are doing pretty good right now. But still, many zoos across Europe still keep these species in there to this day. And while not everyone might appreciate them the same way that I would, I think that this would be a great way to introduce a lot more European animal kind of like biodiversity into Planet Zoo, not only by giving us one that is iconic for European conservation, but for one that is just a really, really great story to tell. And pretty easy for Planet Zoo to do. So we made it through 4 animals so far, but I think we're all pretty much in agreement that South America is lacking. Because of this, I think that the Andean bear would be a fantastic addition to Planet Zoo for an anniversary animal. Think about it. While this animal is very unique, being the only short-faced bear species still alive today, they're the only bear species found in South America, and because of that, they would play an integral role in bumping up that species roster just a little bit more. And I think that these guys are very iconic for their spectacled face. They look like they're always wearing goggles, just a really awesome creature. And beyond that, not many rig changes would need to be made. Of course, they could just use the normal bear, especially now that they fixed the mouth. Oh my god, I'm still thankful for you guys for that. But I think that would be a really awesome animal to have. I don't know, I just feel like spectacled bears are just really freaking awesome. I saw them at the Queen Zoo, I've seen them at National Zoo. They're just a really awesome species that has a lot of personality. I think that they would be fantastic. But there are so many other animals out there that I did not even talk about today. So that's why I'm curious as to what you all would have to say would be your number 1 for an anniversary animal coming up in the Planet Zoo's like 4th or 5th anniversary. That is insane. Let me know what you guys have to say. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys here today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.